Okay, so you should be able to see my screen now. Can you see Jira?
Yes.
Okay. So today the main focus will be on the remaining stories for creating institution hierarchy. So it means for creating new program edited, and then for creating users on different access levels for this hierarchy. So creating institution admin, department admin, a program admin, and then what they can see when they log in. Okay. So this is this whole set of stories prepared by Kath. Kath also updated a permissions matrix, so I will go through that permissions matrix with you as well. And also I created some navigation flow diagram just to make it more visual for easier understanding. But first of all, before we start with these stories, I would like to go just from the top, and the first three are not like user stories prepared by Kat. The first one is a technical task from me, and then there are two stories which mainly focus on the designs. So I would like Jack to discuss that. So if we start with the first technical task, this is about renaming system admin API endpoints. This is a request from me. When you are creating new endpoints, please follow the naming convention for RESTful API resource naming. I gave you some documentation, some best practices to read. I provided the links in here in the technical tasks, and I listed the exact endpoints that should be changed. So these are the endpoints for system admin user. These are the endpoints that were delivered in the previous sprint. Namely, I would like you to follow the convention in such a way that if we get some collection, we do not have this verb get inside the resource name inside the URL. This is simply invoked by HTTP verb. So we just use system admin users. Do you have any questions regarding to this technical task?
No, we are good.
Okay. So just please tell me, because I am on the first grooming with your team, so it works differently in different teams. So just please tell me, do you estimate right now, or right now we just go through all the stories, you ask questions, and we discuss whatever is not clear, and then estimations are done during planning? How does it work?
Your estimation will be done later.
Okay, so right now we just discuss stories, you ask questions, me and Jack try to answer, and that's it, right?
Yeah, correct.
Okay, okay. So just wanted, to know how you work. Okay, so then there are two stories about designs. So Jack, if you maybe can take over from me for a while for these two stories to discuss.
Yeah, sure. So you see that?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. So these are designs for the creating the user and put them into the department. So the top level is when you so this is system and site admin.
Jack, sorry for the interruption.
Yeah.
We are able to hardly hear you. Can you able to put mic closer to you?
Can you hear me better now? Is that better?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
Jack, sorry, just one thing. So we have two stories: creating and editing a user tooltips. This is the first one, and then placeholder apply margins consistently across screens at supported resolutions. So these are the stories. Could you show these two?
Okay.
Okay,
So
we will go to hierarchy.
Sure. So the tooltip one is this one we're talking about?
Okay, so maybe I will show the Jira for a start.
Yeah, I'll try to think which one you're referring to.
Okay, so the first story is about mobile designs, creating and editing user.
Okay, the mobile.
About tooltips.
Yeah.
So ensure that tooltips appear below the relevant fields in all mobile-enabled screens for creating a user and editing a user. Jagray to provide designs. Please include examples with and without validation errors for completeness. Okay?
Yeah, okay. So the tooltip is here. See? Oh, yeah, I've put these up onto Zeppelin. And because we have a drop down, so they appear above. Because I think one of the things we had before, they were showing up on the side. And so this is how they should be appearing, the tooltips. And yeah.
Pointed to Jack's.
So I'll provide these in Zeppelin. So when you click on the department, this is the appearance for that. And
Okay, so this is the only design that you wanted to show for that story?
I'm just pulling up another one.
Okay.
And this is the validations. So now there was a question here, which around, and that they maybe more. I think it was around password. So there's more validations. You guys are saying to fit in. I believe Kath. I think Kath spoke to Ditty about how to approach that.
So for the password, there is a tooltip which says like how long the password should be, right? Which letters should contain, etc. This is what you mean?
Yeah, and this is.
Yeah. Okay. So Aditi, does it answer your question for that story?
Yes, Olo. It will work out.
Okay, great. Jag, are these designs already in Zeppelin?
They are, yes.
Okay, so could you just make sure that these designs are linked from the story which was the story number, 537.
I'll put the links in there so that everyone has access to.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. I'm just sending the story link to chat. Okay, so then the next story is also about the designs. Apply margins consistently across screens at supported resolutions. So the goal is to ensure positioning of headers, footers, buttons is consistent across all supported resolutions.
Yeah. So this one here, I'm putting this together at the moment. I'm just going to, I haven't ready to upload it yet, but I'm putting screen sizes and all the different elements, the common elements together for everyone to refer to. It's kind of like a mini style guide for everyone to use. I'll have that next, like day. Maybe I'll probably be able to get it in by tomorrow.
Okay, so you will provide this by tomorrow, right? So like we should be able to take this story into the sprint on Monday still.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, then could I have the request that when you provide the designs, could you please just let the team know so they have time, to check the designs before planning on Monday?
Yep.
And just ask questions if they have any.
Yeah.
Now the question to the team, would it be okay, or you would prefer to see the designs and meet with Jack, for example, on Friday, just to make sure that you are well prepared for the planning on Monday? Or is it okay that you just check the designs by yourself and just ask questions, if any?
Yeah, yes, well, after we getting design, we can ask question.
Okay.
If we get it by Friday, then it would be good.
Yeah.
Ola, if we get it by Friday, it would be good to check and be ready for the planning session.
Okay, so would you like a separate meeting on Friday with Jack to go through the designs and discuss?
I think that would not be required. We can have the question section on Monday during our planning, or we can
Okay.
use the comment section in the Zeppelin itself. But if we have things on Friday, that would be helpful for us to go through.
Okay, so Jack, you said that they should be ready tomorrow, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Okay, great. Okay, so now we are moving to the more interesting part of the grooming. So now the set of stories starts for the hierarchy. So first of all, we have the story for creating new program within the department and editing an existing program. So do you want to start with the designs or with the story? How would you prefer?
Story. First with the story, then designs.
Story? Okay.
First start story, then we can move to design.
Okay. Okay. All right. So the story for creating a new program within a department. So as a person system admin or site admin, I want to create a new program within a department so that I can maintain the organization, access to the organization, etc. So a program can only be created by a system admin or site admin at any parent level, institution or department. Of course, right now, we do not have these access level permissions implemented yet. So it would actually mean that a system admin or a site admin can create a program in the department. Of course, in their institution, right?
Yes.
So
correct.
in the institution, they have access to. So the program cannot be created until a department school is created. There are mandatory fields, but maybe we will go through them on the designs that Jack will present. So we have the acceptance criteria for accessing the programs list. So when I am logged in as system admin or institution admin with access to institution X, and institution X has department Y, and I click manage users, I can see my institution. I open this institution to see departments and schools. For this institution, I see department Y, which I click. And then I can see the icon to access programs list for this department. So, Jack, maybe you would like to go through the design now?
So the system site admin, when they log in, they're at this institution level. And
could you make this a little bit bigger? Thank you.
Okay. And then from here they can go into their department. So if we want to get down to the program level, now you're at the department. So this shows, for example, department A or school A.
Okay, so just a stop in here. So this is the story that is being implemented in the current sprint, right?
Yeah, it's implement current sprint.
Yeah. Okay, so we have the header with institution name and then department/schools, and we will need to add a new icon for programs, right, to access programs within this department.
Yep. And then from here, so it's like a cascade hierarchy. You can go, if you want to go into programs now, you go into programs, and then you bring up your programs. This is for example, you've got program A here. Now this is where you've got view your users, and now this is where your list of users, and where you can add a user, and you can see from here the department they belong into and their program. This is when you click onto the add user, you can then fill in their details, their first name, last name, username, their role. But from here, from the program level, the user will you're not actually editing their department or their program, because they're only within you've already cascaded down through that department. So you know they're in department A, and now they're in program A. And so
okay, so maybe we can stop here, because this will be like in the future stories. So maybe for now let's focus on the program. Sorry. So so if we could just have a list of programs and the create new program form, okay?
So this is your programs list.
Yep. So the
program. And so from this is the creating program. So this is when you're creating the program. So add a program.
So just please stop in adding program for a while. Okay, so we have the program name, the code which will be implemented in a separate story, just as the code for the department will be implemented in a separate story. Then there is the level of study, which is a drop-down, Jack. Yes, I believe. Yes, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And then as a drop-down, it does not have the asterisk. Am I correct?
This doesn't have. It's on it. aspects.
Okay, so as comparing to the story, we have program name, and then program code, which will be implemented in a separate story. Then we have this level of study, and there is a set of predefined values that need to appear in this dropdown. It is all specified in the story. And then there is a status dropdown for active, inactive, and preset to active, as it is shown on the designs.
Oh, yes, correct.
Okay, and then for address, as the story says, please auto-populate the field with institution address and enable user to overwrite it.
Okay.
Okay, so we simply fill in the institution's address, but enable the user to change it.
Institution address or department address?
Institution address.
The story says institution address.
Okay,
so of course, you can maybe this is a question that we can check with Kat just to confirm. I will add a comment to the story just to make sure that it's correct.
Okay, well, fine.
Hi, Ola.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I joined a little bit late due to internet issues. Well, I believe in the data model construction. I mean, when we discuss about the data models, I believe Kat had updated that the level of steady is not needed.
What is not needed?
The level of steady in education program, it is not needed.
The story says something different. The story says it is needed. The story says, however, that recognizing program is not needed. Okay, so this is her call.
Not needed. Yes.
So this is so I will also add a comment to her. Okay, to confirm that. Okay. So you say that she said that level of study was not needed, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm writing it down.
And mailing address is also not needed.
What?
Mailing address. I mean,
just a second. Please let me just finish one comment, and I will check the second thing. Okay, and then you said about what?
Mailing address.
Like
mailing
the address.
Yes.
The address.
Yes. I mean, I don't know, but the original story, if you see the original story, we had a mailing address, and then we had a mailing address copied from these two fields. So what she said was the mailing address was not needed. Yeah. I believe probably it has been updated.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So this is okay. Let me check the screenshots.
Yep.
Yeah.
Over
okay.
So
that's why. Yes, that's correct. So that's why on the designs, on the new designs, you can see only one address, right?
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So that is clear, right? And and then there is this recognizing program that is not needed.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so any more questions to this design or to this? Okay, so maybe we can continue with the story. Maybe you will have some other questions in here as well. Okay, so create a new program. So I am logged in as system admin or institution admin or department admin with access to department Y. Of course, right now department admins are not implemented yet. But then I have accessed programs list and I use program button top right. So actually add program. I use add program button top right, and then I am presented with program creation form. All right, which we saw on the designs. And then I complete the form. I can use save button. It says I fill the form correctly as per validation rules. So let's just make sure that the validation rules are clear. I'm sorry, the Jira is just so slow today. Okay. So mandatory fields are shown with an asterisk. And then for open text fields, please use corresponding validation used on fields when creating a department, and let me know if any doubts. So program name. So this is just the same validation as with department name, right? So the max length and minimal length should be the same as for the department. Program code, you do not need to worry about it now. Level of study, there's predefined set, and we need to confirm with CAS whether this is needed or not. And then status is a drop-down. So do you have any questions regarding validation fields? And for address, it will be same as institution.
Institution
My
department.
apologies.
Sure.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Sundar. You were asking something.
Yeah, it's like validation is like department, correct?
Sorry, could you repeat?
He is asking, we are following same validation that we
Yes.
follow in the department.
Department.
Yes, exactly.
And area study. Oh, that's the program, right? Okay.
Yeah,
Fine.
renamed program name. Sure.
Yep. Okay. Should be fine.
Okay. So I guess the designs. Any questions regarding the designs?
So can you show mobile design? For our add program and edit program.
Not for the user.
Status command or field detection.
Yeah, this is here. Plus buttons or art button is full button for adding program.
Sorry, sir.
Jack?
Yeah.
So can we see the list of programs in mobile?
Yeah.
Is study level appearing on web design as well?
The desktop. you haven't got it here, this is a new we're going to add that. So it's okay. I was trying to add that in.
But I don't think there was a requirement for that on the list. Just correct me if I'm wrong.
I think maybe it wasn't, but I did add it in there. Something that you add in. So
yeah, the story doesn't say about it really.
Okay, we can take that out. It's not.
Yeah, I think it's not needed in here.
Yeah.
It will be visible when you enter the details, right?
Yeah, it's being simply.
Olaf, sorry for the interruption. In mobile design, we have button like art programs, but in institution list we have a plus button.
Yes. So we had a discussion with this because we had two versions. Originally, the original designs were like this, where we add program at the bottom like this. Then a discussion with Diti about because we had pagination was the problem. We weren't sure how to approach it. So I provided two approaches. One was with the plus button, which is the floating action button we can do it with, or but the existing designs were like this. I saw Ola showed me like an update of how you implemented the plus button, and there were some problems with the way it's been implemented at the moment. So we have two options. I'd stick with the original one like this, but I'll show you we can for pagination. I'm just going to pull up a design for pagination. So I think this is what you've like. This is the other design, right? We're doing the plus button. We can have just pagination at the bottom, like this. But I think from what I've seen the implementation, you've made the footer, this footer here, sticky, and this should not be sticky. This should actually go under the fold of the pagination. So when you scroll down, only when you scroll right to the bottom, and then this comes up. Should it appear? This shouldn't be, this footer here should not always be there. And then the pagination appears like this. Now this is the difference. We have this option, which is the one I did update when we said there's a problem. But I thought we could discuss in this meeting whether we want to go with this option or stick to the original. If it's easier to just stick with the original add button. It's not too much from the user experience point of view difference. This is probably a little bit more elegant, but I think if it's creating a problem, we could stick to the original just button.
Okay, fine.
Okay, so to sum up, currently within institutions list or users list, we have plus button implemented, right?
Yeah, yes, Ola.
Yeah, so
need to change there also.
yeah, but then we would need a separate story for that or task, whatever. And like my point is, it needs to be consistent. But the question, what is chosen? I think this is Jack. Maybe your decision, and Kath.
Yeah, I think I'll make a decision on this designs because, like I said, this is like the other approach we're using, which is just to keep it as a button and then having the pagination things here like this sticky there. I feel that this may be a simpler approach to go for this route rather than plus button at this point. But you mind if I just go through the designs and make a decision and ping you back on it? Because I just want to test it out on my mobile and on our devices.
Okay, so I guess this will be problematic to take this on Monday, right? We will not be able to update the designs and agree on which way is chosen, unless Kath will make this decision on Monday. I mean, if we decide to change the approach, we will need a story for changing the existing implementation, and we will need to update the new stories according to the new approach, right? That will be chosen. So I'm just wondering whether we want to change now in the next sprint already, or we want to have the next sprint for you to test it, to have time to test it, and come to some conclusion, and then implement the change to be consistent in the following sprint. What do you think?
If we've got like currently we have implemented the plus button, and that's the way we've got it running right now. I don't think it's probably. I think we could just tweak it. I can just advise on how to, because it's slightly the interaction is a bit wrong, the way they're kind of the bottom. So we could just go with that, and I can make the designs to reflect that, but I'll just advise on how to just tweak it to make it.
Okay. Okay.
Well, one more thing. Hello.
Yes.
From institution list, accessing departments from mobile design is not provided. Can you check institution list mobile design? From institution list.
This is institution list.
So now updated. We saw Zeppelin, but it's not updated.
Because Jack is not presenting Zeppelin designs right now. Right, okay. Jack?
I'm from design file.
Okay, so for the new stories, is it okay to use the plus button that is already implemented? And we will just have a separate task to enhance that based on your recommendations. Yes?
We'll go for that, yeah.
Okay. All right. So will you be able to update the designs before planning, Jack?
Yeah, I'm going to go for everything today and tomorrow, so we'll have everything consistent.
Okay. Okay. Okay, great. Thank you. Okay, then, shall we continue? Or I think we didn't discuss the ad program mobile design yet.
Yeah, no
need. Show it to us. Okay, I can see the header is wrong, right? It says user instead of profile or whatever. And level of study is a drop down as well. There are no tooltips in this design, but is it okay for you guys to use the design as provided by Jack for this previous story? Just the same styling for tooltips as in edit user view?
Yeah, fine, Ola. Fine.
Okay. Okay, great. So do you have some other questions regarding this design?
No question.
Okay, great. Then I think we can continue with the stories. So then the next story is about, there's a story about editing an existing program. So this will be fairly simple, just, analogical to what we have for editing the department. So again, it's for system admin or site admin at any parent level. so for institution or department level access. And then we can access edit program function from programs list, the edit icon. So I think we saw it already on the designs on the list, right? There is an edit icon on the programs list in both mobile and web designs. And then we access edit program form that is just the same as it was for creating a program. So I don't know if it is worth for going through all the scenarios.
That we'll go through when we study the stories, Ola. We can go ahead with the next story.
Okay, but just the basics. It's just the same validation rules as when creating a program. Oh, one more thing. So I added in the previous story as well, I added API endpoints just to make it easier for you. These are based on the API, on the RESTful API resource naming convention. So please do follow the guidelines.
Sure, we'll follow the same.
Okay. All right. So then creating an institution admin. So now we move to the set of stories for creating site administrators with different access levels. So right now we have, when we are creating an institution user, we can choose a role. It's either site administrator or a score report user. And with the new designs, we will also be able to select access level for the user. So I think that maybe it would be good to see the designs first and then dive into the stories.
Yeah.
Jack, can I go back to you? For creating the users. Yeah. So yeah.
Jack, can you slightly maximize it, please?
Is that better?
It's better now.
Yeah, it's better.
Right.
Okay. So right now, when you will create a user, you will have a drop down with the departments, and the first value will be institution/all departments. So it would mean if you choose, and this value is pre-selected, selected by default. So if this selection is left by when creating a user, it means that we are creating a site administrator on institution level. So this administrator will have access to all the departments. So this is basically the institution administrator that you created in a previous sprint. Okay, so this is just the default when you create a user in an institution. You select institution/all departments, and that's it. But if you would like to restrict the user's access to only one department, you can do it by selecting Department A or Department B or Department C or whatever other department. And when you select one particular department, then this user will not be institution institution admin anymore. They will be department admin. Okay. And if you choose, for example, Department A, then, as Jack showed, there is another drop-down below, which has all the programs within the chosen department. So these drop-downs are interconnected, right? You cannot change the value in the second drop-down before you choose a particular department. Okay, so by default, the default value that is selected is all programs, and the drop-down is not editable. And when you choose a particular department, let's say department A, as on the design, then the drop-down with programs become editable, and you can choose a particular program. Or, of course, you can also leave the value that is selected by default, so all programs. So if you choose a particular program, it would mean that the user that gets created will only have access to this particular program. And if you choose all programs, it means that the user that gets created has access to department A and all programs within that department. Do you have any questions to that?
No, Ola.
So here we will have to pull programs based on the department what we select.
Yes.
From the department.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes. Exactly.
Okay.
So even for the role site administrator, we can able to restrict is access for a specific program level, or it should be like institution admin users.
Could you repeat your question?
No, even for the site administrator role, we can restrict its restrictions to access only program level, or it should be only like institution admin user.
Yeah. So if you choose a role, and then for a site administrator role, you can choose the access level. So whether this site administrator has institution level access or department level access or program level access. So it means that if this is institution administrator, so they have institution level access, then they can access the institution X, let's say. So this is something that you already implemented, right? That this administrator has only access to their own institution and they cannot see other institutions.
Yes.
And then if you choose, for example, in this dropdown, you choose department A, then it means that this user will have only access to department A. And we will show you in a moment what they will see if they log in and click Manage Users. They will only see their department. They will not be able to see the list, the different institutions or other departments. They will only see their department and all the programs within their department. Yeah. And then, if you choose, let's say, department A and program A in the second dropdown, right? So then such a user will have access only to program A, not other programs and not other departments. I would like to show you also the navigation flow that I did. Can you see the lucid chart diagram?
Yes.
Okay. So now, as you can see, the system admin can see the institutions list. They can see all the institutions. Then there is a site administrator with institution level access, and he is called institution admin just for short. So this institution admin, they can only see one institution on institution list. This is the story that you are implementing in the current sprint, right?
Yes.
Yes. And then from his institution, he can click departments list to see all the departments within his institution, right?
Yes.
And then, of course, system admin can also choose an institution and see department list. So there's this arrow as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So from this department list, they can also access one particular department, let's say Department A.
Okay.
And then we have also a department admin. So this is site administrator with department level access, called department admin for short. When they log in and they click manage users, they do not see this institutions list with the institution as institution admin does. They see department list instead. They only can see one department, the department they are assigned to. Okay? So they can view this department. And they can also, I forgot about this arrow. And they can also, from the department, they can also access programs list within that department, right? So this arrow. They can see all the programs in their department. And again, when they click on one program, they can see this program details. And there's also a program admin that is just analogical, right, to department admin. So if a site administrator with program level access that has only access to, let's say, program A, when they will log in and click manage users, they will see only the list of programs with only one program they are assigned to. Okay, I will share this diagram with you. I know this is hard to just understand when I am showing you something on the screen with small letters, etc. So just please take time and analyze it. If you have any questions, just reach to me. I will try to explain.
Yeah, sure.
I will share the link afterwards on Slack. So that you could all analyze it. But now maybe, Jack, you could show the designs of what institution admin, department admin, and program admin see when they log in. Maybe that would be helpful for the team as well.
So assistant admin, when they log in, they will see all the institutions lists. Or they site admin would also see their institution list here. On a department level, see department. You can see here on the you see school. Sorry, the institution list, then department school. So you can go back to institution list from here, and then you'll see department A, for example, here. You can go into programs there. And
okay,
then,
so just to stop back where you were. Yep. So this is when department admin will log in and click manage users. This is the screen they will see, right?
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Okay, and what happens if they click back to institutions list? Do they have this link or don't they?
Yeah, so if they click on the institution list, they go back to
can department admin click this and what they will see?
Yeah, they can.
They can. I think we need to confirm that with Kat.
Okay, might need to.
Because department admin does not have access to other departments, and they do not have access to users within the institution, only within their department. So I think that the easiest way would be just to get rid of this link for department admin. But let's confirm with Kat. Okay, go ahead. I will add a comment to her.
Yeah, we can hide the back button for department admin.
Yeah.
Yeah, potentially might be that you just have to hide that, so they won't have ability to do anything in the previous. And then this is the program level. And
department admin and institution access back to institution
Yeah, so this will be the view that program admin will see when they log in and click manage users, right? So they will see the header as the institution name and department name, and they will only see their program, the program they are associated to. All right?
Okay.
Yeah, and I guess they will not be able to edit program as well. So this is also something. Maybe I will show Kath permissions matrix now as well. Okay, so is it okay, guys? Can you see? Oh, too much. So site admin with access to whole institution. So this is institution admin. And what they can do? They can create an institution admin. And so they can create institution admin. They can edit institution profile. Oh, can they? I think this needs to be confirmed with Kat. Because if I remember correctly, institution admin cannot edit institution, right? Right, team, can you help me with that? Do I remember correctly that based on the current story that you have currently in the sprint, institution admin cannot edit institution profile? Is that correct?
Yeah, correct.
Could you tell me the story number so that I could...
538.
How?
538.
58?
538.
538.
Oh, sorry. 538, okay. Okay. Then we have changing roles, but maybe we will dive into that later on with the stories. And then department admin can create other department admins for their department only. And also they can create users in any programs in their department. They can also edit department admin profile, also only within their department, and any program within their department. And then changing roles, let's leave it for now. Then program admin can also create a program admin for their program only, right? So they can like create their peers. And they also can edit this program admin profiles, also only for their program. Okay, and then there's changing roles. Let's leave it for now. Then we have an institution admin who can create a department, view and edit department profile, create a program, and view and edit program profile. So institution admin has access to the whole institution hierarchy down the line, right? Yeah. So all the departments and all the programs within all the departments. And then department admin can view department profile, mind they cannot edit it, right? Only institution admin can edit department profile. Department admin cannot. They can only view it. And then department admin can create programs within their department And they can edit and view programs within their department. Program admin can only view programs they can only view their program profile. They cannot edit it, they cannot add new program, only view their program profile. And of course, create new users for that program. So I guess this is also something that you would need to analyze by yourselves. Just make sure you don't have any questions. I think for this, it should say edit institution admin profile, maybe.
Okay, we can analyze.
But let's leave it for Kat to confirm. Okay, so maybe back to stories. So now you have like overall view, high-level view of what it is all about. So we can dive into the stories. So first, a story for creating an institution admin. So this is basically the story that is already implemented. However, the new thing is that we add this drop-down for the departments within the institutions. Okay, so you would need to add this drop-down, and when the default option is left, so all departments/schools is selected, then the institution admin gets created. And then this new user is listed in users list with all departments and all programs. So Jack, could you just show it on the designs?
The institution admin is referring to site admin, right?
But for the
yeah, so users list and how the institution administrator is listed on the institutions on the users list. So they have this all departments and all programs. Yeah. So in here you can see that they Eric from under departments, it has all and program as well, all, right? So it means that they are institution administrator. I guess the roles are not consistent with what is implemented on these designs, right? So we have site administrator and score report user, just to be consistent. Right, Jack?
yes,
yeah. Yeah, but the important thing here is that that for institution admin, instead of specifying the particular department they are assigned to, it says all, and same for programs, it says all, right? Okay. So this is the story. And then the next one would be create department admin. So if I am system admin or institution admin or department admin, I can create a department admin. So of course, for system admin and institution admin, I would need to open my institution and then choose a particular department. So add user form has option to select department. So when I'm logged in as system admin or institution admin with access to institution X, I access manage users, see institutions list, including institution X. I access view users for this institution. I see all users in this institution. I select add user and am presented with form. Then I see default option all departments/schools selected. And I can change this to a specific department if I wish. Okay, so if the default selection is left, then we would create an institution admin. But if we change this default selection to a particular department, then we will create department admin. So for the department admin, when I access the same add user form, I also see this drop down, but for this user only has access to their department. So it means they cannot change this value in this drop down. So the default value selected when accessing that with department admin is the department they are assigned to, and they cannot change it. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah, so when we create this department admin, the newly created department admin appears in users list. And this is, again, the acceptance criteria are split into the role that is trying to do that. So there is a navigation path, how we access institution X, then department Y, create new user, and I see notification that user is created. I see new user listed with department Y in users list for institution. And if I access department Y and view users, I see filtered list, which includes newly created department admin. So in here, on the designs, you would see that the user has this particular department listed and all programs. Okay?
Yeah, okay.
And then for department admin, when I access view users for my department, because I do not have access to the whole institution, right? I only have access to my department. I see all users in department listed. I click add user, I save my inputs. I see notification that user was created again, and I see new user listed in users list for department. So the same way, the particular department is listed, and all programs. Okay, so do you have any questions to that story?
Fine, Ola.
Yeah, should be fine.
Okay. Okay, next one then. So for department admin, to view department profile. As a department admin, I want to view but not edit the profile of my department. So based on the permissions matrix, department admin can only view their department. They cannot edit it. So designs need icon similar to viewing department, which is not link, confusing to user. Use black link as per institution profile access. Okay, so it will be similar to this institution profile. So
I mean, department admin cannot edit the department, but
no,
you can edit programs, right?
Yes, yes, that's correct.
Yeah,
correct.
Sorry. Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
So when I am logged in as a site admin with access to department Y, in short, department admin, when I access manage users, I see only my department listed, and I can access and view the profile for my department, but I cannot edit it, right? So there is no edit icon on the list, and I can only see my department, but not edit it. So, any questions to that story?
No, fine.
Okay. And then create program admin. So create program admin, and this can be done by system admin, institution admin, department admin, and also program admin for this particular program. So again, you have link to permissions metrics to check. So system admin can create program admin in any program, in any department, in any institution. Of course, institution admin can create program admin in any program and department in their institution. Department admin can create program in any program in their department only. And then program admin can create program admin in their program only. So this is consistent to the previous stories, right?
Yes, Lola.
So a program can have multiple admins, but one program admin is assigned to only one program. And the program is the lowest level of hierarchy, so there are no child entities. Okay, so then we have desktop designs. So maybe back to Jack.
Is that program?
Yeah, creating program admin. No, program admin.
This is the program admin.
Yeah, so creating program admin. Okay, so again, for institution admin, the drop-downs, both drop-downs will have all the values. So institution admin and system administrator will see all the departments listed in the drop-down, and they will be able to choose a particular department. Department admin, of course, has only one value that is pre-selected, and they cannot change it because they only have access to their department, right? But they can choose a program, so they have access to all the programs. And then if we log in as program admin, then the department, particular department is already pre-selected and it cannot be changed. And also a program is already pre-selected and cannot be changed because the program admin has, of course, access only to their program. Right?
Yes.
So, yeah, is that clear? Okay. Okay, so maybe let's just go quickly through the scenarios. So add user form has option to select program. When I'm logged in as system admin or institution admin with access to institution X, I can access view users for this institution, see all users, select add user, and I'm presented with form. Then I see default option all departments/schools selected. I see default option all programs selected. I select specific department, and then I can change default all programs to a specific department within department Y. And now the important thing is that when the default option all departments/schools is selected in the first dropdown, the programs dropdown is not editable. Actually, I will add this into the story just to make it very, very clear.
Yeah, yes, Ola.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so I can change the program to a specific program only after I select the department. Okay, going further. For department admin, of course, I have a non-editable option department Y, and then I can edit the programs dropdown. For program admin, I have non-editable option department Y and non-editable option program Z, the one that I belong to. Yeah. So this is also consistent, right? And then the scenario newly created program admin appears in users list. So when I add a new program admin, I save my input. I see notification that user is created. I see the new user listed with department Y and program Z in users list for institution. Oh, sorry. And if I access program Z and view users, I see filtered list, which includes newly created program admin. Right, so there is one thing that I can see this user inside when I access view users list from institution, but then when I drill down from institution to departments and then to this program Z, and I access a view users list from there, this is already filtered, showing only the users from this program. And then similar for department admin. So when I access view users for my department, I add a user to a specific program. I save my input. I also see notification the user is created. And when I see the new user list that was programmed in users list for my department. And also when I drill down to program Z, I can see filtered list, which includes the newly created program admin. And the last scenario for program admin, the same thing. So when they create program admin, they cannot change department or program selection, save their input, see notification that user is created, and then can see the new user listed with program Z in users list for my program. I cannot see department admins or institution admins in this view. So are there any questions to that?
No, for as of now, Ola.
Okay.
Ola, should we stop here and continue on Monday?
Oh, yes, of course. And I think that we will not be able to take more stories to the sprint anyway.
Yeah.
So this is a lot. I know it's a lot. And so I just have one big request to the team. Please read the stories by yourself. And if you have any questions, anything is unclear, you have any comments, please either write comment on Jira or on Slack or whatever.
Okay.
Yes, we'll do that.
Okay, great. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Ola. Thank you, Jan.
Thank you all.
Thanks.
Bye.